Good morning. It is 6:21. I woke up at 6. It was a bit of a rough night. It was very hot. When the sun went down last night, after the sun went down, it was still 101 degrees outside. This morning I checked the temperature as soon as I woke up at 6. And it was still 86 degrees, so pretty warm. I had both fans on me blowing all night. I had the windows down, took off most of my clothes, and during the most uncomfortable parts of the night I would spray myself with water, so get kind of a mist effect going, get some nice evaporation and cooling going. Really beautiful area here. The sun hasn't quite come up yet. I'm the only one camped out here, which, given the heat, is not altogether surprising. Oatman, Arizona is just kind of on the other side of these mountains here and a bit higher up. So I'm gonna go to Oatman this morning. I drove through it yesterday and got some video, but not too much, and I didn't get any pictures, and so I'm gonna go back. It's like 15 minutes away, so I'll do that, and then I'll head to Las Vegas. Really awesome landscape out here. I just had to pull over to show it to you. Welcome to Oatman. Oatman is known for its wild burros, the wild donkeys that roam the street. Don't see any now though. So yeah, usually there are a lot of wild burros, wild donkeys roaming the street. They remain here from the gold mining days. Oatman is an old mining town. Like I said, they roam the town. Definitely still has an Old West vibe. Even more so than most other towns that are old mining towns. This still feels like an old mining town, at least at this time of day. I'm sure when there are busloads of tourists, it's a little bit of a different story, but I like it. This is a cool little town. I think one of the things I like about this place it doesn't really look nice, you know, like it's not shiny and brand new. It is old and rusted and kind of falling apart a bit. Didn't see any burros here. I did hear one down near my campsite last night. I'm gonna go drive to Las Vegas now. There's something I want to see that's south of Las Vegas, outside of the city proper, so I'll go see that first. Couple hours to get there, and I'm not gonna film between here and there. I'll just let you know and update you once I get there. Check out these huge reflector things shining light or reflecting light down onto what I think are solar panels. I'm in the desert south, or I guess southwest of Las Vegas. I'm like half an hour from Las Vegas, I think. But I pulled off the highway to see an art installation called 7 Magic Mountains. This is really cool. I like this a lot. There's just 7 pillars of huge boulders stacked on top of each other. Very colorful, very random, but really neat. I'm glad I came out here. Solid rock. I've stopped by to see the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, the famous sign. There's a line to take your picture in front of it. I'm not going to stand in line. I don't need to be all alone there. I'll just go to the side a little bit. Well, my resolve to go and do more things in Las Vegas has already been broken. I don't want to be here. This is not my kind of thing. I'll come back with Cassie and we can have some more fun doing some things together, but I don't like it here. I need to go to the bank and I need to go to the grocery store, and then I will continue on the road and continue with the day's adventures. Okay, so I'm on this dirt road heading to a spot where I'm gonna go hiking. The extreme southwest corner of Utah is in the Mojave Desert with cholla like that and Joshua trees like that. Okay, I've parked the car over here in some shade. Not a whole lot of shade out here, but there's enough. I'm gonna be walking along this dry wash. I'm gonna be going north in this dry wash. These are not ideal conditions for hiking. It's today's August 11th. You're watching this sometime in the pretty distant future, several months at least afterward. But it is very hot. It is extremely hot. You may be wondering what I'm hiking to, or where I'm hiking to. And the answer is the lowest point in Utah. I've been to the highest point in Utah twice. It's a 13,000 foot mountain called Kings Peak. I've climbed it twice. I've never been to the lowest point in Utah. I'm in Arizona right now. I'm a mile or two south of the Utah-Arizona border. I'm gonna hike north up this dry wash until I get to the state line, and that point in the wash is the lowest spot in Utah. And when I say wash, I just mean basically dry stream bed. This hike shouldn't be more than a couple of hours, but I have a ton of water with me. I've got about 5 liters of water, so about, what is that, 11 pounds of water. And I've been chugging fluids all morning, knowing that I was gonna be doing this. And so I'm very well hydrated. I'm gonna be chugging water as I'm hiking. This is a beautiful area. Poor planning on my part to come here in the middle of summer to the hottest, lowest point of the state, but it is beautiful and I'm excited to do this. Excited for this hike. All right, I've reached the fence that marks the boundary between Arizona on this side and Utah on the other side. But I don't know exactly which way the absolute lowest point is. My map shows it being to the west, but it looks lower to the east, so let's just follow this fence here. I expect I'll see some kind of cairn or pile of rocks marking the lowest spot. And I guess I should be on the other side of the fence, if this is truly gonna count. It took me about 45 minutes to hike the 1.98, so almost exactly 2 miles to get here. I actually brought my drone out here. It's in my backpack. And I tried to launch it about 10 minutes into the hike, but it said that I was in restricted airspace. So I don't think I'll be flying it. Okay, well, I'm at the western edge of the wash. It starts going back up here, so that's obviously not the low point. I've walked basically the entire western half of the wash along the fence line, so let me retrace my steps back to the middle and then I'll go all the way to the east. And so even if I don't see a cairn or a pile of rocks marking the low point, I'll know that I did walk through it at some point. I just took my little chapstick lip balm out to put it on my lips and it just mushed all over my mouth, just melted to a pulp in my pocket. I don't know if you can see this, but someone has scratched into the sign, Utah, keep out. Got a nice little barrel cactus down here. I've basically gone to the eastern edge of the wash. It's just going back up here again. And still no marker. I guess in hindsight, I'm not super surprised. I don't think this is the kind of activity that a lot of people do or are interested in. But I can say that I reached the lowest point in Utah because I walked along the fence. I'm going to find a little place to sit down in the shade for a little bit, chug some water before heading back. Well, that was quite the adventure. Man, what an out there place that was. I know it didn't look like much, but I loved how just remote it was. I mean, that is a remote area. Even just driving to where you can get in that area on roads is remote, and then hiking a couple miles, that's extremely remote. Very interesting area. I'm happy to have ticked that one off my list. I've been wanting to go there for years, believe it or not, and I just was finally able to get it done today. I was in Arizona, now I'm back in Utah. I think I'm gonna go back down to the interstate, down to I-15, which will take me back into Arizona, and then I'm gonna come back into Utah and head north to where I'm gonna go tomorrow. I wanna climb a mountain tomorrow, and so I'm looking to get as close to that as I can and camp as close to that as I can. So I have, I'll drive for another hour or so and then try to find a campsite around then. That'll give me an hour of daylight after that to just kind of relax and get settled in for the night. So let's go for a nice drive and I'll let you know where I end up. I'm driving up to find a campsite somewhere in these mountains. I think the canyon I'm driving up is over there somewhere in the middle of the screen. Alright, I am now on national forest land. Just need to find a campsite. Okay, it's 8:06. I found a pretty wild place to camp. I just kept driving up and up that canyon. There were definitely other places I could have camped. 3 spots in particular, 2 or 3 spots in particular. But I wanted to just keep going and see where the road went. I'm trying to get a view of the area, climb up onto this little knoll here. It's pretty awesome. I don't know what mountain range I'm in. Check out the view. Pretty cool. So I'm camped like right here. Can't see it from here, but I'm hoping to get some good drone footage in the morning. This would be a really great area to explore by drone. So anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Hope it doesn't rain too much tonight. It'll probably rain a little bit. But man, that storm that I went through in St. George was probably the thickest rain I've ever driven through anywhere. And it was in the desert of southern Utah of all places. Had a fun day today. Got to see a variety of places, do a variety of things, from Oatman, boy that seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? Oatman to Vegas to the lowest point in Utah, now to wherever this is. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite part of today's adventure was, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.